Femininity and quality that gives her an advantage over our youngest heifer in the class here this November heifer moving out in third. For us, she's just longer, cleaner through that head and neck. She's sharper down that top line. She's a heifer that's more curving in those hooks, pins, and thighs for us today. In addition, she's a heifer that just is so much more drop to her rear flank when you get behind her, a little more sweep to that rear rib as well. Third over fourth, a heifer in fourth. For us, our heifer in third just moves out on a beautiful set of feet and legs. And it's that foot and leg that gives her an advantage over our fourth and fifth prize heifers. For us, we preferred the more centrally placed Thurl, allowing her to flex a little more freely, a little more comfortably on those hind legs as she travels throughout the ring. Fourth over fifth, a little closer placing for us, but when we get them into line, our fourth place heifer, we moved up one. She was just a little bit more cow power when you get to the front of her. You prefer the width through her muzzle, the width through her chest floor. She's a heifer that's just a little more width all the way through that chest and a little more spring to that rear rib for us when you get behind her. Fifth over sixth, again, another really beautiful, stylish heifer here in fifth. And it's that style and femininity that gives her an advantage over another really balanced heifer in sixth. She's just so much cleaner through that rump structure, more curving in those thigh for us today over a really balanced heifer in sixth. Congratulations.
Congratulations once again to those winning entries in the fall calf class. If you'd like to mark your catalogs, here's your opportunity. Entry 1953 was third in the class, Apples and Waves Fantasy Rain. 1954 was fifth. 1955 was 26th. 1956 was 34th. 1957 was 19th. 1958 was 9th. 1959 was 33rd. 1960 was 8th. 1961, 29th. 1962, 15th. 1963, 14th. 1964 was 31st. 1965 was 6th in the class. 1966, 11th. 67 was 28th. 1968 was 16th. 1969 was 4th. 1972 was 27th. 1974 was 2nd in the class, the 2nd junior, Henkesine Wildside Riot ET. 1975 was 25th. 1976 was 20th. 1977 was 21st. 1978 was 35th. 1979 was 12th. 1980 was 18th. 1981 was 7th, 1982 was 30, 1983 was 24, 1984 was 10th, 1985 32nd, 1986 was 17th, 1987 23rd, 1988 was 13th, 1989 was 22nd, and entry 1990 was the winning entry, Best Bred and Owned and First Junior, Manisha Creek Excite Me EXP. The class now in the ring are the Summer Yearlings. The first place award in this class is presented by Mapleton Valley Farms LLC, Oconomowoc, Wisconsin. The Junior Award is presented by Don Sr. and Donna Bagley, Warren, New Hampshire.
For those of you who would like to mark the top 10 placings in the Brown Swiss Junior 3-year-old cow class, the results are as follows. Entry 2613 was first. She was also bred and owned and best udder. Top B3 Woodford, owned by Top View and Brothers 3 of Watertown, Wisconsin. Entry 2637 was second. Hills Valley Carter Viola, owned by Ken Main and Kenny Joe Mannion of Copake, New York. And entry 2628 was third and first junior. Colebrook Creek DT Alena, owned by Abigail Wilbur of New Hartford, Connecticut. Entry 2635 was fourth. Entry 2611 was fifth and second junior. Twin County Famous Diamond, owned by Dakota J. Fraley of Muncie, Pennsylvania. Entry 2633 was sixth. Entry 2618 was seventh. Entry 2629 was eighth. Entry 2616 was ninth. And entry 2620 was 10th. For complete class results, please visit worlddairyexpo.com. The class now in the ring is the senior 3-year-old cow class. The first place award is presented by Brown Heaven Farm of Verchères, Quebec. Bred and Owned award is presented by Three Sisters Dairy of Stanley, New York. The production rosette is presented by Case IH of Racine, Wisconsin. The Best Udder rosette is presented by Holstein International and Cattle Collection, Steins, the Netherlands. And the Junior Award is presented by Pinnacle Swiss of Cairo, Michigan. Judge Lammers has completed his placings for the Brown Swiss 3-year-old cow class. The second place junior in this class goes to entry number 2653, Johann Brownsville, owned by Madeline McKenzie and Grant Top of Wapakoneta, Ohio. The first place junior goes to Pit Crew Formula Tawny, entry number 2643, leased by Abby Foss and owned by Pit Crew Genetics of Cambridge, Minnesota. Placing third in the class is entry 2659, Cruzy's Moonlight Juliet, owned by Rick Cruzy of Earlville, Iowa. And in second place is entry number 2664, Hills Valley Carter Flirty, owned by Peter Vale of Englewood, Florida. And in first place, and also your winner of the Bred and Owned Award and the Best Udder, is entry 2663, Just So D Fortune, owned by Just So Farm of Lake Mills, Wisconsin. Now for his comments. Judge Lammers?
Well, in our senior 3-year-old class, for us, a handy winner, a cow that's just got so much style and balance, a cow that spells milk from the tip of her nose to the tip of her tail. You love the silkiness of hide and cleanliness that she has, and she uses Oda's advantages over our cow in second. She's got more width to that rear udder, more height at the top of the rear udder than our really balanced cow in second. Second over third, I give the second cow the advantage. She's got more style when she's out on the move. She's got a little more depth of heart. She's more correct in her teat size and shape than the beautiful rear-uddered cow in third. Third cow, this black cow, you love the height and width, the rear udder that she has. She uses that advantage along with the way she blends through her top line over our cow in fourth. Our third cow is a little fuller behind the crop. She's more correct out through that rump structure. She keeps her tail down a little more neatly between her pin bones than another beautiful uddered cow in fourth. Fourth cow's got beautiful parts. You love the rear udder to her. You love the depth of body that she has. Just doesn't always blend together at all times to get her up in the class. But she uses that advantage in that rear udder attachment to get over our real stylish cow here in fifth. Our fourth cow, when you get behind her, she's got more pop at the top of that rear udder, a more width at the top of the rear udder today than the stylish cow in fifth. Fifth over sixth, just on dairy quality, particularly up through the head and neck. She's cleaner down through the throat and brisket. You get behind her, she's more chiseled over the chine and cleaner down through their thigh than the real strong, powerful cow that we have in sixth. Sixth over seventh, just on the correctness of her rump structure, the way that tail sits down a little more neatly between the pin bones. She's got more width to her rear udder than our seventh place cow. Seventh over eighth, just the way she blends up through her crop. She's a little fuller through that front end. She's got more depth of heart and depth of rear rib than this really young dairy heifer coming out in eighth. Congratulations.